Hello, David.
Good afternoon. Hi, Ernesto.
Hello, Alejandra. How are you? How Anna?
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Hi, Alejandra.
Hi, Anna. How are you? Nice to see you or listen you to again.
Hello, David.
Hello, nice to see you all.
Hello.
Hi, David.
Okay, we are waiting for Mr. Ruben. Today, there will not be too many participants or attendants because of the long weekend. Many of the students, they traveled and they are having trouble with people from other with their Wi-Fi's and things like that. No, so I guess we will be only a few of us, maybe 5 or 6.
Oh, it's freezing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are waiting for the speaker. Okay, why don't you? Well, you have to be thinking about the presentation, the very short presentation. No, I'm going to get in touch with Ruben to see what happened.
When contact us. Yesterday in our class with Ernest,
Yes.
I told him that I used to have a friend in Sweden that her name was Ingrid Coleman, and Ernest told me that I should contact her and I should look for her through internet, through Facebook. And I did it. I looked for Ingrid Coleman and I found her. And I wrote her and I say, Ingrid, are you the same student my friend that we used to study at the same school in Fairborn, Ohio? And she answered me and I found her. So I'm very happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's nice to meet the friends, like old friends, you know?
Yeah, we haven't seen each other for 30 years.
Wow, it's a lot of time.
So that's nice. We used to be very close.
Interesting.
Yes, I told you. And did you talk to her?
I wrote to her a message in Facebook and she wrote me back. And she said, yes, Anna, I used to be your sister in the United States. So it was very nice. So we are going to keep in contact from now on.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Great news.
Yes.
No, you see, I told you. No, give it a
I
chance
didn't
and you will find
think
her.
it was so easy to find each other.
No.
Yeah, I found her.
Nowadays, to find someone that wants to be found is very easy with the internet, with Instagram, with WhatsApp. No, so it's not that difficult. So I'm glad that you found her. No.
Yes, we were talking about Sweden. That's why I decided to look for her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think Sweden is like a really interesting country to know about.
Yes, it's a very development country.
Yeah, and it has been like performing very well this pandemic, you know?
Yes, they don't have lockdowns.
Exactly. And I don't know how they do that, like, because it's
They
kind of
do,
crazy how they really manage everything so well without a lockdown.
and they have the incomes that they need to.
Persona. ¿Y por qué no?
Okay, turn on the camera, Mr. Ben.
No veo ninguna cámara. Hello, bueno.
Hello, we're listening to you. Okay.
Hello, finally.
Finally. Hello, Ruben.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Turn it over. Okay, that's better.
It's better like this.
Better like that. Okay. So, this is my friend Ruben Sanchez. As I told you, he lives in Sweden. He's been living there for over 30, 35 years. He's a lawyer, and he's going to be talking to us about his experience as a lawyer and as a person in Sweden, no? So first, we're going to give him a little introduction for him to know a little bit of you, okay? And then he will be talking about, and we can ask questions, anything that we want to know about the Scandinavian countries, the economic system, whatever you want to ask. Okay, so let's begin with Anna. Why don't you introduce yourself, please, Anna?
You have your microphone closed, Anna.
Anna. Okay.
Hello, Ruben. My name is Ana Maria Reyes. I have a special connection with Sweden because I used to have a very close friend in the United States. Her name was Ingrid Coleman, and she's from Stockholm. And I visited Sweden in 1998, and I think it's an amazing country. I really enjoy the days that I spent in Stockholm. So I'm very interested in this forum because I really like the system, and I think that's amazing country.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Ernesto. Hello, Ana Maria. Nice to meet you. It pleased very much me to hear about your experience in Sweden, and if I can be helpful in explaining something for you, you are very welcome.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ana Maria. Okay, now, Alejandra, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. Hi, Ruben. My name is Alejandra Catacoli. I am environmental engineer. Today, I am outside with my kid. So this is the reason, because I don't have the video open. So sorry for that. And thank you to be here for and share your knowledge and experience with everyone. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alejandra. Nice to hear your voice.
Okay. David, please, your turn. Introduce yourself.
Great. My name is David Puentes. I'm an international business student. And basically, I'm really glad to be here because I really like to know about cultures, and maybe I could go to Sweden if it is interesting enough this forum next year, because I'm planning to go to Europe. So maybe I don't know what countries to visit yet. So let's see how does it go.
Hello, David. Very welcome. It's nice to see you. And of course, if you are going to come to Sweden, you can count with my company and my help here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, David. Okay, and Juliana, please.
Hi, Ruben. How are you? Well, actually, you know me since I was born, so there's nothing much to say here. Just very glad to see you today, and thanks for coming to our forums, because this space is really interesting to share culture and knowledge with everybody.
Nice to see you again, Julie. How
Thank
nice.
you.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. Okay, that's about it. Meanwhile, Mr. Ruben, so we are going to listen. So now is your turn. So please, welcome to my forum.
Okay, guys, let's begin. What I have to tell you is that I know Ernesto since 5 or 6 years old of age. We were fellows in the school. We studied the Colombian British School in Cali, and the friends more. That's what I want to begin to say. To see you again. And then I met last Ernesto. I met him in what I can remember from Ernesto and my professional life. It is like this that when I was in when I was studying in the third semester, 1.5 years of my juridical studies in Cali, Ernesto came to visit me, and exactly that day I began work with a very well-known lawyer in Cali. And I remember the pain in me to, he just stayed outside the office. I think that I went to the office, and Ernesto waited for me in the car, and I got my first employee as a lawyer, just to be practicing law in Cali. And after that, it was the third term, the third semester, and I work and study simultaneously law in Cali till 1987. So from 1983 till 1987, I have been working as a lawyer, making my practice at the same time that I study. And it was like that I was in charge of 100 cases. I have to go around the different trails, the courts, different courts in Cali, and something like this called municipal court and circuit court and the tribunal, the highest court. And then I had a lot of business to take care about, and this business, it was my father's business, because it was the time that in Cali and in Colombia, it was the time of the beginning of the mafias. And it was in Medellin, it was the Medellin cartel and the Cali cartel, that they were the most powerful people in Colombia in that time, at least economically. And it happens like that my father, he sold one farm to one of these persons that we didn't know that he was in this kind of business. My father, he has been working with the different kind of business with cars and with land and with cattle, and we sold one farm, a big farm, to one of these men, and this man, he was the dealer that he flied in his own plane from Peru, and to bring the paste, the basic paste to produce this kind of narcotics that we produce, that the people produce in Colombia, that is very famous. And this man crashed and he died. And as he died, and he was owing my father a lot of money, so I told to my father, okay, father, I can begin to make this hypothecary business, and I can try to so that they pay us what they, at least the widow, she can pay us the money that he was supposed to pay, but he died. So I begin the hypothecary business at the court, and suddenly one day in May 87, somebody knocked at the office, and he presents himself as the black cocaine Pove. So at that day, it was in May, it was the last week of May 87, and the first week of June, I came to Sweden because I got very afraid. I didn't want to lose my life because of that. So that's the beginning of the why I came to Sweden, and I did have one brother that he was living here too. So I took the opportunity and came here. And after two months here in Sweden, May, June, July, I was feeling very bored at my brother's place. And then I decided to go to one place to dance salsa. It was the beginning of the salsa period in Sweden, in Stockholm. So I went to one place that it is called the Fashion Club. And there I met one very beautiful woman that is the mother of my first child. She was a Russian baroness, una baronesa. And that's the beginning with my relation to Sweden. So I did stay here because of that. And then I have been traveling since 87, 88, 89. I began to travel to Colombia once a year. And I always meet Ernesto, and I was very well taken care of his family and of him. So I'm very pleasant and I have very good connection with Ernesto because of this. And then after that, I have been working in Sweden, different kinds of work, like the first 5-6 years, till I began to see the possibility after I learned the language, the Swedish. It is very difficult for Spanish people to learn the Swedish because of the pronunciation. And the worst thing is that we speak in Sweden, you rely to the English. You don't make the effort to try to begin to speak the Swedish language because it is easier. So it was it was because of that it was very delight for me to begin to learn the Swedish. But after that, I began to like and to go introduce myself more into the Swedish language, and I began to study Swedish law. So I make what it is called the homologation. I don't know if it's the correct pronunciation. And then I have to make some more courses, and the Swedish University and Stockholm University and Uppsala University, till I got some kind of nivelation so I can begin to work with law. But it's still very difficult because the grammatic in Swedish, it is very complicated. We have 9 vowels, and only because of that it is, and the pronunciation, it is very difficult. And then I began to practice in some public office, some public lawyer's office, and then after that I were involved in one Latin American organization that it was like an umbrella organization that is the association of many Latin American small cultural offices from people from all over the world. The Swedish state, it is not like mostly of the people think that it is a communist or a socialist country, but it is very well organized. It's a capital country. It's a capital country, and it is very well organized. It means that I think it is one of a few countries that understand that if one person doesn't have food on the table, he will make something bad to feed his people. So that's the politicals in Sweden. They know that if the person they don't have the possibility to feed their people or their family, they see how to. So they give money to the people so that they can fix the possibilities that nobody's going to be hungry. That I think it is very important, but nothing in Sweden is free, because at the same time that they give you something for you too, from you too. Like if you have to begin to work, you have to accept any kind of work. It doesn't matter if it is qualified or unqualified work, and the social system is in the capacity to supply all the principal needs. What it is the living, also the roof, the food, and the education, and the health. All these things is supplied by the state, but it is not gratis, because it is not true of the income of taxes in the income, 60%, more than half. So I begin to work with these people in this Latin American umbrella association, and I begin to know people from all over the world, from all the 20 or the 22 countries around the world that they speak Spanish, from Mexico, from the south of the Rio Bravo in Mexico, down to the Patagonia. is more than 16, 17, almost 20 countries represented in Sweden, with a lot of people that is living here. Sweden is when I came here in the late 80s, we were 9 million people. Now we are a little more than 10 million people. It's a country that has very low inflation, and I can see that because, for example, one packet of milk, it cost $1 like 34 years ago, and now these days, after so many years, it costs only 1.3 dollars. So it is not so much the inflation, and that's very good for the economy. And so I begin to travel too very much, because Sweden is I got the it is possible to get the Swedish passport if you have a clean past in Sweden, and if you can demonstrate, you can show the state that you are working and that you are a person that you are supplying for the rest of the society. So it was very nice to get the Swedish passport, because it is, as I know, it is the second or the third best passport in the world, because it allows you to travel to most of the 200 countries around the world without asking a visa. So that's what I have been doing all the time when the time it allows me, when I'm not working. At least the holidays in Sweden, every person has the right to take at least 6 weeks holiday during the summer, between June and August, and they have a special system that it is called charter. The charter is that the people here, it is a very cold country, and they have very different, they have plenty different companies that they are specialized into taking frozen Scandinavians down to sunny countries, so that they get some sun, because a lack of sun here in Sweden. So easy that you can buy one packet all included with the ticket and the hotels that they arrange, the very, very best hotels, and most of the people, they have the opportunity to travel during these 6 weeks. So in my case, I have been able to travel to more than 36 different countries around the world. And if you guys are interested to hear about some special country, so we can do that. About the political system in Sweden, it is
You have a
kingdom. We have a king declared very pop. Sorry?
Do you have a prime minister?
Yes, yes, we have a king first, a prime minister,
a parliament.
Yes, we parliament too, and a prime minister. The prime minister in this moment is a social democratic prime minister, and they have 5-6 different parties represented in the Congress too, in the Riksdagen. The one interesting thing that probably many people they don't know, it is that the queen in Sweden, she is from Brazil. Her name is Sylvia. And we have also many of the first secretaries of the political parties in Sweden. They are females. So of the 5-6 different political parties that are represented in the Senate and the Congress, most of them are women. That's something interesting too. About my work in Sweden, it began the way that many people have problem to stay in Sweden. Many people, they want to come here to Sweden and they want to stay here in Sweden. Mostly people that they are looking for refugee as asylum in Sweden, and many people are of these foreigners. Many of them, they are married with Swedish persons too. So my career and my work is I am specialized in helping these kind of people that they have Latin American background and that they speak Spanish too. And principally, my work is helping the people. I am helping the people in trying to stay in Sweden because of the asylum, or trying to help them to stay because of the relationships with one couple. It doesn't matter if it is a man or if it's a woman, because by law, since the 70s, late 70s, or people of the same sex, it is allowed here in Sweden. So that's the principal type of cases that my office is taking now, in asylum and international law between couples that they want to get married, or that they want to divorce, or the problem that divorce. Some people, they have children, and I'm specialized in this case of familiar cases too. So that's what my office is about, specialized. In the beginning, it was little more difficult because of the language and the kind of cases that I was supposed to, I am going to represent. What I don't, the only type of cases that I don't represent in Sweden, it is a penal law, a criminal law, that I don't represent. I don't do that, or labor law. That's I have a very good contact net with other lawyers, so that means I can, when I have this kind of questions, or they recommend me when they have another questions that they cannot take in their way. About my travels around the world, what I can say is that the coast, or where I have been spending more time, it is in the Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia. I have been twice there. I know almost the whole land of Indonesia, from Sumatra before the tsunami, and Bali, Lombok, the whole Java Island, and Lombok. And there I have been twice, first in the 90s, and then 2-3 years ago in 2017, I have been there too. Very interesting, a very beautiful country. India too, I have been twice there in India. First, I have been in one place that it is called Goa, where it was like it was a Portuguese colony, 400 years ago. They may colonizing the whole India during more than 300-400 years, but Goa, it was an enclave that it was Portuguese. So that makes it very different and very interesting. I traveled to India. It was to the south part of this subcontinent, and it was to one place that it is called Varkala. It's in the very south, Cochin, Madras, and also it was combined with another short travel to one island that it is called Sri Lanka. Before it was called Ceylon. It's a Buddhistic country. where it was very exciting to know this country too. In about all these travels I have been making around is because I like I'm very curious, and I like to go around and check different kind of food and learning a lot of different people, and always searching something new, searching. So I have had contact with different kind of um, of beliefs too. As I have been growing in a normal Catholic and Christian family in Colombia, and when I started there, it was a called San Buenaventura. So I have been growing in a Catholic normal way of education. But when I begin to travel, so I begin to see open-minded, in an open-minded way, a different kind of religions too. And what I can say is that, for example, in India, it was very exciting because they have very different type of religions. I have been different kind of temples too. That was very beautiful and interesting as a mystical and cultural part of my life. And I have been living in some ashrams too. Ashrams like a colony where one kind of leader lives. It was not a long time, but I have been experienced to stay some weeks there. For example, in one place in India, it's like it is called, it's a very poor part of the India where it is very dry. They don't have so much water there. It is called Putra Party. Party they had before, because now he's dead. Probably they have a successor now. It was one man that it is called Sai Baba. Sai Baba in Putra Party. I have been living in his ashram. I'll talk about it later, and I can relate you to some. It is in the internet and everything, so that if you are interested, you can see that. I can tell you where to look, and very mystical. And many people believe that he was like a kind of guru or some kind of person to follow. Very interesting. Many people call him like a magician, un mago, magician, because he makes appear from nothing different kind of things and give expensive jewelry to the people that he makes. It comes from nothing, and many people were attached to him because of this. They wanted, even I have seen people that they stayed living there in this shop from 15, 20 years, even Swedes living there because of the mystical belief on him. In this India, I met on another ashram in another group. Like it was a woman that it is called Ama Amantrapuri. Ama Amantrapuri. I have been living there too. They have a big building, and many people, they come from all different countries around the world, and they work voluntarily there. They have a cultivation paths, and many people collaborate. The people, they don't have to pay to live there, but they don't get any remuneration also because of the work they make there. And the most amazing things that they are vegetarian. Are you listening, guys? Because I don't see anyone.
Yes, we are listening. It's very interesting, everything that you're saying.
We're
It
really
came
listening.
very dark here, so I thought that it
Yes,
was only
here we
talking
are.
for myself.
I am enchanted.
Yes, and then it was very funny there because you work a lot of the whole day you work, and then everybody meets around a very big table, and you get free food. People get the free food, and it was very strange for me because I'm not vegetarian, but there it was vegetarian, so it was very funny because it had a lot of different kinds of dishes that I never tried before, so it too. What else? I think that I have been around now. Oh, like I have been telling about my trips, my political career, how my work. I mean, not political, but my judicial work and my career, and how I came to Sweden, and what which is the attachment, the connection from to Sweden from my side. So if somebody has some questions so far, I will be pleased to begin, probably to also that I can develop some of the
Yeah,
themes that we have been talking about.
I have one question.
Yes,
Do you
please.
speak Swedish, right?
Ja, visst. Det här i Sverige måste vi prata svenska, annars skulle det inte gå att jobba här, vare sig som jurist eller som vilken andra person som helst. Det här i Sveriges rike. Det måste man göra, ja, visst.
How long did it
The
take?
answer is yes, of course.
Did it take you to learn Swedish?
The Swedish. I came here before I feel 25 years. I came here when I was 24 years old, and it took me a lot of time to learn the Swedish because, as I told you, it was that Stavida, David.
Yeah.
Yes, it was that I rely on my English.
Yeah, of
in
course.
Colombia, I studied
I get
English,
it.
so it was easier for me to explain something in English when you speak Swedish and you are not so confident with yourself, you feel a little ashamed that you are going to say something wrong. And as you see, I'm very little nervous too. I'm like little, so it is difficult to get the confidence with yourself when you are going to speak a new language that you don't know even how to say hello when you came here. When I came here, it is very difficult. So it took a lot of effort. But the thing is that I always have to study because I know that it was so difficult. So I study all the time. When I came here, I began to work for 4 hours. 4 hours in unqualified job with my education in Colombia. Of course, I couldn't begin to work as a lawyer then. So I have to begin with different kinds of stray jobs, some man say, some unqualified jobs. But the thing is that I got myself into one syndicate. Syndicate, you call it like that? Sindicato, un sindicato laboral, laboral syndicate, I don't know, a union. I put myself in a union, and here in Sweden, the unions, they have a lot of unions. They have more than 100 unions for every different kind of profession. They have one union, and of course, it costs the membership. You have to pay. You have to pay every month, but they have a lot of good things that they can offer you as a member of a union. One of them that I was very lucky to get, because now it is less and less, it was that if you are working in Sweden and if you are in one union and if you don't know the language, they told me like this: Ruben, you are working 8 hours, you have an unqualified work, you pay the membership. After 4 months, I have been with them working and myself in the union too. They told me, if you don't know the language, 4 hours, half of the time, 50%, and you go and study Swedish, and we will give you the rest of your salary as if you were working 8 hours a day. So that was fantastic. So you can imagine, I went up very.
Excuse me, Ruben.
Like at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Excuse me, students, Ruben.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. We have to go to the second session, please. Okay?
Already?
Yes, already 40 minutes.
It went so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast.
So let's go, please, to the second session, and there we can continue with the fourth. Okay?
Let's go.
Okay.
See you there.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, Ernesto, thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah, just a second.